Hello everyone, the Honest Collector here with our first video. So today I'm going to be reviewing the Marvel Legends Gamerverse Miles Morales Marvel Spider-Man 2 action figure. I'm actually really excited to go over this because I originally bought the 2020 version that came with his first game, and then as soon as I moved the head, it snapped off, so that kind of sucks. And then it shot up in the price, and I got really, bummed out because I didn't really feel like spending $60 or something like that on another figure, one that I pretty much already had but broke. So when this came out, I was a little iffy about it because it was basically the same thing. But I was like, you know what? It's just an updated version. I do need a Miles Morales, so I decided to get this. So the packaging, as much as I don't like the windowless packaging for lots of reasons, I gotta be honest, I do miss when you would take the wrapping paper off of the figure like that, and it would just kind of look, it would be more like a reveal. It would look awesome. But yeah, so going on to the packaging, you have the render of the figure here, not in a bad pose, I'd say. You have it over here, which I do think the proportions are tweaked a little bit, not by much, but you could see it does kind of go out more of the chest here, but it does also go in at the top. And on the back, you have him in a pose that he literally cannot do because, come on, Hasbro is not known for their dumbbell joints or double ball peg head movements, so yeah, he cannot do that pose at all. That sucks, spoiler alert. But you get all the accessories here. It sucks that he didn't come with the new head sculpt, because now, if you've seen the game trailer, the other one that you got is now outdated. You have the Marvel Spider-Man 2 logo at the top. It says ages 4 and up at the corner, Gamerverse here, and that should be it. A really cool image of Miles here. And yeah, that should be it. So without further ado, let's take a look at the figure. Alright, so here's Miles Morales out of the packaging in a pretty cool pose, charging up his Venom Blast effects here. So this looks really cool already, and just wanted to show you what the figure looks like first out of the box, with one of the poses you can do. But the first thing I want to talk about is the accessories. Alright, so here are all the accessories that the Miles Morales figure comes with. First off, we get these really cool Venom Electric Blast hands, which I find awesome. I honestly find it really cool that they chose blue now instead of that yellow color, although I did really enjoy the yellow. This to me just looks cooler for some reason. I don't exactly know why, but I really like it, and I think it looks awesome. This also fits really well with the invisible, like transparent or translucent Miles. That also really works with this. I still think that the yellow ones would look better on the other one, though, but if you wanted to do this, you could, and that looks really cool. Then you get the wall crawling hands, which all of these hands are the exact same. The only difference is now this has paint on it, and yeah, that's pretty much it. It's just a line of paint that goes over here, and it's pretty cool. I honestly don't mind it. Some people don't like it, how it kind of detracts from the fingerless gloves look. I personally find it still really cool. I don't mind it at all. The whipping hands here are not bad either. I do think maybe the pinky just looks a little like weird. I don't know, compared to this one, it just looks a little off, but that's like way too nitpicky for me to actually care about. The wall crawling hands, thank God we have these, because sometimes they don't give us those, and it's really annoying. But yeah, with Miles, they just reused whatever we had before and maybe just gave him a different color or some paint. Here, they reused the Goose the Cat little figurine from the Captain Marvel wave, which this is really stupid because the whole point of Miles having the cat was that it was supposed to be, Spider-Man, with the cat with the mask on, and that would have been really cool, but no, they didn't do that, and now you're just gonna have to buy another one off of eBay for like $30. But anyway, yeah, so pretty cool, I guess. I honestly would have preferred a new head sculpt. I wouldn't have minded if it was the same one, just with better hair, maybe just an update, because the one we got originally was trash. That did not look like Miles Morales from the game at all, and now we don't even have a head sculpt to match with it. So what I recommend doing, or what I'm gonna try and do, is I'm gonna try and cut the hair off of the Killmonger figure, and then probably just sand the Miles head and glue it down on there, If you want, I can make a custom video on that if it actually works. If it doesn't, then that really sucks. But I don't really care about either of those two head sculpts, so it doesn't hurt to try it. But that's pretty much it for the accessories. Now let's get on to the actual figure. So here is the Miles figure, and man, he looks awesome. This is pretty much the exact same figure. The only difference is the arms here and the paint on the bottom of the feet. Other than that, it's literally the same exact figure. I also did notice you can move the arm a lot higher than you could with the first one. The first one, it was like down to like there maybe. So I don't know what they did, but it actually, I really like it. And then I think this is also new here. They actually had the web line there. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments if you want. But yeah, so going on to the detail, this, of course, just as if this is a new figure, this is really, really nice. You got the movable eye lenses in there. You have the texture all over the mask and everything, which you can definitely see that on camera, which looks really nice. There is a lot more subtle texture on the actual suit itself, which if the light box or if the Lightroom could hit it correctly, you could see there like on the ribs and on the actual abs of the figure. And then you got this more glossy kind of belt piece there that looks really nice. On the back, all of this stuff looks really great, and you can see that on the arms there too. And they even have the web shooters on here as well, which looks freaking awesome. I do wish they could have been painted to look a little more correct, because I don't think these are actually the web shooters that he has. Maybe they are in the Spider-Man 2 game. I've been trying to stay away from that because I don't have a PS5 yet, guys. But yeah, so this looks really nice. They did a really good job on the figure, and I love the fact that they painted the bottom of the feet red. I don't know why. It's just always something that I really like, and it's just kind of a neat touch on a figure, especially if it's already good. But yeah, the arms, I really like the design that Insomniac did, and I like the way they handled it here. Sure, it's not 100% lined correctly, but I'm honestly okay with it. But I can see how that might bug some people, but here it looks a little better. But yeah, so the hands also do match it really nicely, although they still do have the problem where these hands are freaking huge and they don't make it proportionally correct at all. The wrist is so much tinier than the actual hand, and it just doesn't look right. It should look a little more in line, and it doesn't. But yeah, everything else on this figure looks freaking awesome. I love the way he stands, that kind of look that he gives. It just looks really awesome, and I really appreciate what they did here. So now going on to the articulation of this figure, the head moves up this high, and a lot of people say, or some people say, oh, it'd be so much better if we have the disc hinge. The disc hinge is way better, and it's, yeah, you can't pivot side to side, but at least you can look up and down. So let me pop this off and pray that I don't break it. There we go. So if you could see right here, look at how recessed that is put inside of the actual neck joint there. If they made the ball on the bottom bigger and they actually made it fit around the entire part of the neck and they just put it a little higher, this would be perfect, because this actually doesn't matter. The top doesn't matter as much if how big the actual ball is, because for the Deathstroke figure from the DC Multiverse line, or the DC Multiverse Flash figure, I'm just gonna pop the head off really quick. Okay, so you could see this is a lot higher. This just sits on the top of the neck, as this one is really recessed into it. And the top ball is pretty small, but you're still able to move so much of this around, and then the actual head on top is able to move as well. So when you get a figure like this, it's so much more limited, because that automatically is where it stops, and this one is able to move so much further back. This Flash figure is so tall, so it can't. Okay, there you go. So yeah, you see how much further back this moves, and it gives it so much more room to move around. And that's why when you pop the Flash head back on, I don't think I'm gonna be able to do this on camera, but we're gonna try it. Nope. When you pop the Flash head back on, he's able to move so much and get so much range in that neck, or more in the head movement. But at least we're able to actually get pivoting, so he actually has some personality to this figure. So moving on to the arms, I think they updated it, because you are able to move it, like I said before, a lot higher. Like, it looks like it feels like it wants to go above 90. but it doesn't. It just goes right there. And then you have the bicep swivel, and then you have the double jointed elbows, which are kind of stiff, but I guess since they're pinless, for some reason, they just are like that now. You get the wrist motion there as well. Nothing like McFarlane where it has like that ball, so you can't really do it however you want. It's just kind of the back and forth. And obviously the arm moves 360. That's all cool. Butterfly joint kind of sucks. I think it's an improvement, maybe. I mean, combined with the arm, it's not that bad. It's actually okay. I mean, I'm pretty sure you can get it to. Yeah, it's decent enough, but it could be way better. It's just for some reason Hasbro likes to engineer their figures incorrectly to the point where it doesn't make sense. So I'm not even gonna explain why it's hindered. It's just annoying. So with the ab section, ab crunch goes this far forward, which is actually pretty good, and then this far back. The only problem is when you crunch him forward, the logo on the spider pretty much gets decapitated. It just kind of comes apart on the bottom of the legs there. You get the standard waist twist, which is a waist twist, and then you have the legs which go this far out, which is not bad. Of course, it could be better very easily, but it's not bad. And then he kicks this far forward, which isn't great, really. It kind of is annoying. You kind of have to like turn the actual thigh this way and then put it like that, but then you run into the risk of this falling off, so it's pretty annoying. They're also a little loose, a little bit. Like I could see them getting loose over time. Then you have the thigh swivel or the upper thigh cut, which is fine. Double jointed knees, which work well enough. They actually work perfectly. And then you have the ankle pivot, and it moves this far down and this far up. So here's Miles next to the Marvel Legends 2018 or 2019 Gamerverse figure here, which has also gone up in to a fortune basically. Does this happen to anybody else? The waist twist just got so wobbly out of nowhere. I tried doing everything and I literally cannot fix that. It's really weird. Custom hands by me, by the way. Anyway, next to the symbiote figure as well. I think this is pretty cool. I really wish that they would make a Gamerverse wave of just Marvel Spider-Man characters. They pretty much almost did. They gave us the two other suits, and then these ones. They honestly could just give us a wave and make Monster Venom, or not Monster Venom. Make Venom the Build-A-Figure, like that one Monster Venom one, and then just give us, I don't know, the black suit and any other good original Insomniac suit. But no, I think that's too expensive for Hasbro. Alright, so here we have Miles next to the Across the Spider-Verse Miles Morales and the Across the Spider-Verse Miguel O'Hara. Miles is actually pretty close in height, which for some reason I thought that the Across version would be way smaller. I mean, yeah, not really. I mean, I guess Miles Gamerverse one is looking at eye level right now, and he's looking down, but not really by much. You can definitely pass it by as the same height here. So that's pretty interesting. Here is the Gamerverse Miles next to the 20th anniversary Marvel Legends Hulk and the Marvel Legends movie Venom. And this is more for the people who do not feel like spending an arm and a leg on the 2-pack. That's basically the same figure. So yeah, so that's how tall they are. I actually think this is pretty interesting because Miles is fairly short, and especially compared to Peter. So I really do like this. I like how short he is next to Venom. That kind of looks like he's licking him on the forehead. Okay, never mind. But yeah, so I think this is pretty interesting here. Here is Miles next to the Marvel Legends 3-pack with Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield. I did decide to repaint these because they were just way too purple. These will be getting their own review in a bit. Don't worry about that. I will definitely cover all the good and bad sides of this 3-pack. But anyway, moving them away. Here he is next to the Retro Wave Shocker, which this is one of the best Marvel Legends they released, in my opinion. I don't think anybody really cares about Shocker, but gosh, they got everything right with this figure, but I'll do that in its own review again. So yeah, it's really cool to have him next to Miles. They're actually pretty close in size. What the heck? And I wouldn't feel like this is an correct Spider-Man review without comparing him next to the Marvel Legends Stan Lee. And measuring this figure, you could see he stands, I want to say right around the 6-inch mark, maybe a little taller than that. Alright, so what's my final opinion on this guy? It is awesome. If you have the original one, there's not much of a reason for you to get this one unless you really like the new design that they did, which I really do. If I had the old one, I probably wouldn't buy this one, but if you're looking for a Miles figure that isn't like the Across the Spider-Verse one with the really animated proportions, like this guy's a lot thinner than the Miles one, of course. So yeah, I would definitely get this. This is probably the best Miles figure there is in terms of Marvel Legends, the best ones they've made. Is the bar really high? Kind of, not really. But it's just genuinely a really good figure, and it's definitely a really good figure to have if you don't have the first one. But yeah, so really awesome figure. I love it a lot. It's so much fun to pose around, and especially with the cat. I didn't even put the cat on him. Hold on. There we go. So now we have the cat on him there. That's pretty cool. I honestly wish that we could have gotten the extra mask, or not the extra mask, the extra head sculpt, the unmasked one. I think that would have been really awesome, and I think that's probably one of the only things drawing it back, because Miles doesn't really have much of an upgrade compared to his regular suit. So I'm gonna give this figure, I'd say, in 9 out of 10. Basically, it's really good. I enjoy it a lot. It's a lot of fun to pose around and stuff. Just that extra head sculpt really, kind of sucks. So that's going to do it for this video. If you enjoyed, please give this video a like, and be sure to subscribe and turn on notifications, because I will have so much more videos coming in the future. So yeah, this was a really fun video to do for the first one. So yeah, I'll definitely have plenty more coming. So if you're interested and you thought this review was a good one, then again, please subscribe. That'll be it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.